Hello everyone, my name is Hassan Ali and I'm joined by Sharon Kumar today on yet another RCB centric episode on the TATA IPL 2026. In today's episode, we'll be doing a quick recap and a quick focus on RCB versus Gujarat Titans coming up on Friday, 24th of April. This is Cricktake. Hi Sharon.
Hi, Hassan.
Well, I hope you're doing well, first and foremost. And secondly, I hope that you're excited for the match coming up against Gujarat Titans for the RCB. I see the shirts behind you. I feel that it's yet another season where people will be super duper excited to see how far RCB go. In my opinion, the playoffs look on the card. But of course, before that, they have to play their last home match at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, the last dance, as they're calling it, of the season, and
hmm
against Gujarat Titans. How are you feeling, and what should we be looking forward to towards in terms of the game?
Firstly, thanks for the compliment. The wall. I think this is the first time where I segregate. Like this is the first time I compile all my jerseys. I'm left with couple more at the back. But on my right is 23. On my left, I have 24. Exact at the back, I have 25 jersey, and there is a cap on the top. And on my left wall, I have my first RCB match flag when I went into zone 13. So it's on my left. And some other day, I can just turn my camera and show you. So it's been
Right.
since childhood. So like that's my first IPL match and first RCB match. So I kept it like a memory. So that's about the wall. Thanks for appreciating. I know. I think you should be knowing this, knowing how RCB fans should feel about his stuff. Other than that, there is nothing to flex about, but it is just my happiness.
Well, I have the flag of
I
our
know, right?
podcast behind us,
Yep,
which I
yep.
wish you also had.
It's gonna load. It's loading soon. I will be having that.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
This particular wall is specifically for RCB episodes. Then I have a global wall where we do the global episodes. That the other side of the wall will be used for the global episodes. So it's a
So
plan.
you have an entire studio at home then.
Maintaining.
Well, now to come back to the cricket and not bore our audience.
Yep. Yes.
I had asked you at the end about what we should look forward to about the Gujarat Titans game. How are you feeling? They had a really bad outing against Mumbai Indians, completely blown away by Tilak Verma. And then, just at the start of their inning, they lose Sai Sudarshan on the first ball. It wasn't really a fun game. And then from there on, it was a collapse that eventually resulted in a 100 plus run loss for Gujarat Titans. How do you see RCB taking advantage of that? And how do you see Gujarat Titans coming back? And should we expect them to come back with a roar? And will they be able to produce a result against RCB in Chinnaswamy?
Yeah. Before answering that question, you should also see how a path have been for RCB. RCB lost their recent match against Delhi on Saturday. The match where some people has predicted 190 would be a good score because it was a day game, and
Hmm.
to be precise, Akshar Patel never lost a toss in this IPL. And on the counter
Oh,
side,
wow.
on the counter side, uh, Ishan Kishan never won a IPL toss in this season. So I don't know where it's gonna go. So some people questioned about whether Delhi batting first would be a good choice because it's a high scoring ground, but I don't know, like that particular pitch which RCB DC match has taken. The ball was getting grip here and there, and then it was a helpful for us spinners. And I also need to appreciate the way Delhi has set their plan, bowling wide, shot somewhere, and trying to make players to approach the ball. Then they play their fall shot. If you have seen how Mukesh Kumar said Tim David frustrated Jitesh at the other end, made Tim David to forcibly play that shot, ended up edging the ball to the short third man. So very well planned, very well set, and the way Akshar and Kuldeep, the two of the best Indian spinners currently, the way they rotate their bowlings were pretty impressive. Credits were due. Delhi played very high level cricketing skills. against RCB. So we were short. I don't know, like first 10 overs we were almost like 99 odd, 99 for two, and in next 10 overs we could barely make 75. I don't know what went wrong. Is it believing that we have a very good tail to wag so that we'll go with a swag? That may be the thing where RCB went wrong. I can't point out on Jitesh, like because of Jitesh we lost the match. No, I can't say that. He has coming into groove. His previous match he played a good knock of 20-25 runs. He was in a good touch, but I don't know what went wrong because no ball, not even a single ball was connecting his bat. So RCB lost the whole momentum in a second innings, and especially in a death overs, the way Delhi has bowled was pretty impressive. They could barely give 30 runs in last 4 hours is commendable in any format, and especially in T20, that's gold. And this was not just a one match for Delhi. Delhi has been consistently doing this in this IPL. They are the most economical bowling lineup in death overs in this particular IPL. So RCB was one of the prey for their bowling lineup. So and my question is like how the match ended. Uh, Very good captaincy by Rajat Patidar. The way he pushed the whole match till to the last phase. Shepherd left with 15 runs in a bank to defend, but first couple of balls were good. But David Miller is too good for Romario Shepherd, I guess. So now in the news, like people are questioning whether to continue Romario Shepherd or should RCB try Jacob Bethel at the end, or should RCB try Romario Shepherd as a impact player? Then where management can switch whether they require a batting or a bowling or whether they required anything which is of all round sort. So RCB is in dilemma, and the coach Andy Flower has to make a decision whether to correct or this correction gonna be over correction and which gonna impact RCB. So that's all the takeaways from my DC match. And let's speak about Gujarat Titans. What do you expect from GT match? I'm asking a question back to you.
Yeah, but Sharon, if we just pause before we move on to Gujarat Titans, we obviously can see that there will be some selection challenges for the coaching panel at RCB before the Gujarat Titan games. What changes do you see happening, especially in terms of Mangesh Yadav? Do you see him coming in?
I don't think so. I go with no change. To be frank, I don't see any change in my batting lineup. Starting with Phil Sort, Virat Kohli, DDP, Rajat Patidar, Jitesh Sharma, Tim David, Krunal Pandya. That's my batting lineup. I don't think so. I need anything changes required there. And my bowling lineup, I'll go with a half, Bhuvi, and Rasik Salamdar is doing exceptionally well. So I have no questions about him. Suresh Sharma, Krunal Pandya, that's my bowling five. We will be short of a bowling sixth option where Ramaria Shepherd gonna pitch in, where Ramaria Shepherd gonna pitch in and give us a couple of overs. If there is any change, then you have to reset the whole batting order. If you are trying to get Venki Iyer in, then you have to take out one of the batsmen from the top, like DDP, so that Venki can give you a couple of overs when when you have no service of Maria Shepherd. So I don't believe in that ideology because it's gonna dismantle the whole batting lineup and it's gonna dismantle all the plans. So I go with the same playing 11, I guess.
Fair enough. If we move towards Gujarat now,
Hmm.
I think very demoralizing loss against Mumbai Indians. It's one thing to lose, but it's another thing to lose in the sort of fashion that they lost. Do I think they will bounce back against RCB? Yes, to a certain extent, but I don't think they'll be able to um, penetrate the barrier that is Chinnaswamy Stadium. I think a lot will depend on Shubman Gill. An interesting thing, though, that will be something that I think everyone should keep an eye on is that Gujarat Titans have two bowlers at their disposal that know this stadium, Chinnaswamy, really well. We have Mohammad Siraj, of course, who is no stranger for RCB fans. But on the other hand, we also have Prasidh Krishna, who in domestic cricket plays for Karnataka. So how will these two be able to, one, utilize the knowledge they have of the current RCB players and the stadium? And two, will they be able to then use that experience to help Gujarat gain an advantage in this match? I Prasid had a poor game against Mumbai, but
But
Siraj held his own. So we'll have to see how things transpire today. Prasid generally, I think, is a decent bowler. He will be okay on the sticky sort of pitch at Chinnaswamy. I think it might be Prasid's day rather than Siraj's on Sunday, if either of them have a day.
and Prasidh Krishna coming up with a purple cap last year, so he was in a pretty good touch. And this year he is bowling excellent as always. Like, yeah, there is it's a game of cricket. Then not every day you have to score a century. Every day you have to take a 4-4. There will be here and there bad games. So as a RCB fan, I expect a bad game against us. So coming back to Siraj in his later stage of the career with RCB was pretty good. I still remember when he moved to GT, and most of the RCB fans were still emotional about Siraj because we always believe once a RCBian is always a RCBian. So even till today, fans react to Siraj's videos, Siraj here and there, they still say RCB, RCB. So the last year when he was bowling against Virat Kohli, so he took a run up and then he stopped. I don't know what went, whether he missed a step or whether it was a something battle in his head, how to bowl against Virat. I don't know, but these are also like emotional touches which we gonna feel on the field when RCB clash against GT.
Speaking of emotions and sort of handling the pressure, Sharon, that sort of the points that you have been discussing, I think that it's really interesting to see that there has been an overdependence on Joss Butler, Shubman Gill, and Sai Sudarshan to a certain extent. But there have been serious question marks over Glenn Phillips in terms of his output, as well as Shah Rukh Khan. Shah Rukh Khan is someone that we have seen, be a part of IPL for a very long time, but people are starting to lose their patience and have been asking that, what has he seriously achieved in more than, I think, almost a decade of IPL cricket. So at this point of time, we have to also keep an eye on whether Gujarat make any changes, which position Washington Sundar bats on. Does Rahul Tewatia keep his spot in the team? Lots of questions like that. How do you see their batting doing at Chinnaswamy against RCB, against a
Ah,
decently performing bowling attack?
yes. Gujarat is top batting heavy, and when I say top batting heavy, they are the people who are gonna finish a match for you. Sai Sudarshan, Gill, and Butler. So if these people click and one of these three guys play a 20 overs, you are done for that day. From the last edition, you can see this pattern with Gujarat. Whenever their top three clicks, they win most of their matches. They even could make to the playoffs with the same pattern. But the same trick which every day starts working, sometimes it doesn't work because the last episode of RCB we were explaining about the exposure and the game time that other players has to get. I still don't understand the position of Shah Rukh Khan for Gujarat Titans and Samad for Lucknow Super Giants. I don't know. I never seen these people finish a matches for any of these teams. So this put teams in question about their credibility and their investment. They have been backing these players from long time. And Washington Sundar are promoting up the order, trying to play very well, and he's trying to attack from ball one. Uh, that will be a threat even with a top three heavy. Washington Sundar can protect strike as well as hit a long boundaries. So that will keep up the run rate if they are cheesing. So I can see the top three, top four threat for RCB. But good thing for Gujarat Titans is that Shubman Gill averages 80 plus in Chinnaswamy. That's a record he is coming up
Yeah.
with. So, and if I'm not wrong, in 2023, when 23, he scored 100, and that was a match where RCB went on to eliminate. So, Shubman Gill against RCB is a trump card player for GT, and the record with which he is carrying and coming and playing in Chinnaswamy would be a real time threat for RCB bowlers. But the only solution we have is we have to trust Hazelwood's the 6 meter length back of the length. He keep frustrating Shubman Gill in an area in a corridor of uncertainty. Fourth, fifth stems if he tries attack, push Shubman Gill to play those cover drives, the sweet cover drives, and he might gonna fell a prey for Hazelwood. If not, Bhuvi is in super golden touch after a couple of years. It's been we are trying to see those vintage Bhuvis. Like it's been 3 matches and he's taking constantly 3 wickets in every match. So he gonna pitch in up in a length area and get the ball inside. If Shubman Gill falls short, he gonna be uh, caught front. So there is a good chances that Bhuvi can get Shubman Gill for LBW. And Bhuvi's record against Butler is pretty heavy, so he got Butler out for 5 times. So this is a battle to watch for. Gill versus Hoff, Butler versus Bhuvi. So Sai Sudarshan, as per my understanding, Sai Sudarshan gonna play a good knock against RCB. So we need to watch out for that guy because he's coming with a rough patch. But Chinnaswamy is the stadium which always lift up the people coming in bad form. So this is what I feel like our Gujarat's batting lineup and these are the threat RCB should be looking after. And I have also found a solution how RCB can tackle this threat.
And if I flip the situation as well, you have Butler versus Bowie, Hazelwood versus Gill. What about when RCB bat? What are the matchups to look at over there?
Oh, when RCB bats, I have a serious concern about Rabada.
Kagiso Rabada, Sharan, how fast has he been bowling? I think the cigarettes are helping.
So he's breathing fire for
Exactly.
real.
When he comes into ball, he just goes Dracaris.
Rakar is.
Yeah.
Uh,
Crazy speeds, but I think he might get in some trouble with the recent footage that's come out of him smoking a cigarette, it seems. But as a professional athlete, I don't think we can expect him to do that. Regardless, I think he will play against RCP. I don't think he's going to get punished for that, but
no.
he looks like he's a different beast this tournament.
Yep, and he gonna breathe fire against Salt. I don't know how Salt gonna negate that thing. So Virat Kohli's threat, if Virat Kohli stays in a power play, if he the way he's trying to play in this season, except couple of matches, rest all the matches where he has a strike rate of 162 plus. So if a tackles comes to Virat Kohli versus Rashid, in this whole six matches, Virat Kohli fell short for leg spinner against Rajasthan Royals for Bishnoi. He was got clean bowled. The variation in the ball which held in the air for a long time beat Virat Kohli's stability, where he went on to sweep for a long wrong line and end up getting bowled. So that I can't say like Virat Kohli is facing issue with leg spin. I don't think so. But a leg spin of Rashid Khan gonna be one of the tricky thing that Virat Kohli gonna face in that match. Other than that, on the middle overs or the end stage, how Prasidh Krishna gonna change his pace, the cutters, the slower ones, these things which uh, Padikkal Rajat Patidar, and the Tim David he has to keep an eye on. So if the battle to watch for where RCB has an upper hand is Rashid against Patidar. Patidar is in a golden touch. How he gonna play Rashid? Will he gonna attack Rashid or will he gonna pay some respect for Afghani spinner? That we need to watch for.
And before I let you go, Sharan, do you see Venkatesh Iyer playing a role tomorrow?
That's a good question, Hassan. I was going through an article on Crickbuzz. How Venki is adapting the dynamics of RCB coming from KKR. So he was explaining he's not he's ready for the game, but he's not expecting that he has to get it. So he gonna play the role what team requires. How Andy, how DK or Mo Babat plan for him. If we have, he's always been in that impact sub. So he has also played a one match against Rajasthan Royals, and he had hit a clean sixes, and he gave us the 30 runs, that 30 important runs in that match, so that we can hang in there for a while. So he's all set. He might be the player who used to be the golden arm and a golden bat for KKR, who paid like 23 CR, but now RCB has their own mojo with DDP, and DDP is playing well. So
Hmm.
no, we and the best part is the way the environment the RCB camp has kept. Neither DDP is insecure about Venki, nor Venki is insecure about DDP. At least on the top layer, like what we can see. So credit goes to management how they are handling these resources, because sometimes you know that we almost spoke about the resource curse in our one of the episodes. So RCB is now having that resource curse. They have a Petal, they have a Venki, they have a Mangesh, who to play, who not to play. So I think management is doing pretty well. So Venki is in his right frame of mind. With a given chances, Venki will come and roll his arms for RCB, and he gonna hit bowlers, and he gonna make RCB win some matches by his own. So uh, currently DDP is serving us our purpose. So if required, we're gonna go change whatever required from Venki. So
I
that's
think
all I can understand from the team combination.
as a neutral, Sharon, I would like to remind you that last year RCB had Novan Toshada, Lungi Ngidi, Romario Shepherd on the bench, and people were like, when are we going to use them? When are we going to need
Yeah,
them? What's the point of signing them? And then we saw
yeah.
what they did in the second half of the tournament, and everyone was like, wow, great bench signings, great impact signings, blah, blah, blah. But that's what you sign these players for, that if there is a rainy day, you can have them fill in without any drop in standard. And I think this year, injury-wise, RCB touch would have been doing okay. But, I think they have their depths covered if any issue like that arises. That being said, Sharon, any parting comments? Yes, I can see that you are putting your hand up, but not in class, bro. You can tell us. What is it that you want to say before we end the episode?
So one of the rules that IPL has introduced, I think 2020, I guess, the loan rule, where Ravichandran Ashwin has tweeted for as soon as CSK's Ayush Matre got injured with his hamstring, which is in a pretty bad shape, he requires of rehab at least 4 to 6 weeks. So, Ravichandran Ashwin has proposed RCB's bench strength, which is under 19 player. His name is Vihan Malhotra. He says like that is an exactly player which CSK would be looking for. So Ravi Ashwin suggested CSK to approach RCB for getting Vihan Malhotra as a loan. So to explain our audience, the loan system in IPL has started somewhere near 2019 or 2020, where you can loan a resource. You need to pay certain fees for the franchise which you are taking from. For the case of Vian Malhotra, CSK has to pay RCB, and there is a particular window with which you can ask a loan for. A player should not have played more than 2 matches, and league should be completed. The particular teams has completed at least 7 of their matches, no more than 12 matches. That's the window where you can get a loan from. So Vian Malhotra, and he has to be uncapped player. So Vian Malhotra is uncapped player who not played for RCB yet, and RCB is playing their seventh match against the GT. So as soon as RCB ends their seventh match, the loan window for CSK opens up. So this is what Ravi Ashwin's tweet was referring to. If any audience would got confused about what loan system is, and this is the easiest way I can put it for you.
It seems, Sharon, that cricket, especially IPL, is trying to move towards the football model that we
Yeah.
see in Europe. Um, Not sure how I feel about that as a fan of international cricket, but of course, I won't bore our fans and get into all of that stuff. Um, Thank you for the explanation on the loan system, Sharon. I did not know it was introduced in the IPL a few years ago. I'm sure many of our audience might know about this, but I did not. Before I let you go and before we wrap up this episode, what's your prediction for tomorrow? And to make it slightly harder, who do you think is going to be player of the match?
Uh, Currently, on the win predictor, RCB is having an upper hand of 57%, and this percentage gonna drop as soon as Gill crosses 30 plus runs. So my prediction would be RCB playing their last match, and RCB following the pattern of 2 win, 1 loss. So since we have already lost our previous match, I think this should be the victory on a luck side, non-technical part. But RCB has played a good game in Chinnaswamy. They have won 3. They have lost only 1, and this being their last league match. And after that, RCB gonna fly to Raipur, and they gonna make the Raipur as their fortress. So as per my prediction, RCB gonna have an upper hand, but Gill and Butler gonna give a hard time for us. So let's see how it goes. And
Win the toss
for
and bat?
win the toss and ball, win the toss and ball. 210 is your safest score. Anything under that, please forget to watch the next innings. My prediction for man of the match, it should be a bowler. I think it should be Bhuvi or Hazelwood again, because up front they're gonna demolish the batting line of GT. So I predict these are the two predictions or the bold takes from my end.
Well, I hope to see Hazelwood at his best, and I would like to see Rabada spewing fire as well. I hope it's a great day for fast bowlers. It's always entertaining. On that fast bowling note, I would like to bring this short episode to an end. Thank you, Sharon, for joining us. My name is Hassan Ali. I was joined by Sharon Kumar. Behind the camera, like always, Srupesh Chatmuri. We'll speak to you some other time, some other day. Please go and enjoy the match between RCB and Gujarat Titans. Take care and bye-bye.
Please give us a comment, whatever you feel like about the episode, what are the changes you need to see, and what else you feel like watching in our episodes. If there is any information video you feel to listen from our end, please drop your comments on the comment section. We are always ready to share our knowledge. Thank you, and thanks for watching again. See you on some other day, some other time. This is Cricktake. We are also available on the short content platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Please do follow, subscribe, and support.